Hello! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes. If you'd like to hear it in full, head on over to patreon.com/movieoubliette and subscribe today to get hours of exclusive bonus content, nominate films for us to cover, and vote on the final verdict, all for $10 or less.
It's a mini. It's a mini. Oubliette Minisodes.
Hello, patrons, and welcome to this month's Minisode. How are you, Dan?
I'm very well. How are you, Conrad?
I'm very well, yes, and I've had a formative experience.
Oh, okay. do I need to know?
Well, as a result of the assignment for this episode, I have seen an Asylum movie for the very first time.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to experience one movie just to realize the products they're putting out into the world.
Yeah, it needs to be savored. You need to you can't just criticize it from afar. You need to actually sink your teeth in, really savor it. So, of course, in our mainstream episode, we looked at John Carter, Brackets of Mars, the Disney 2012 box office disaster. And we found a lot to be admired in there. I felt it wasn't enough to justify letting it out of the oubliette. You thought that it did. Patrons agreed generally. And so I thought, along the lines of, hey, like with Chud, we looked at the sequel. I, during my research, stumbled upon the fact that there was another adaptation of Princess of Mars 3 years before, the 2009 Asylum movie, Princess of Mars, also released on DVD as John Carter of Mars, and Avatar of Mars in some countries, apparently. And I suggested to Dan, hey, let's cover that for the Minisode.
Yeah. I was surprised because I did not think you were going to enjoy this whatsoever. I'm probably right.
Yes.
Yeah, so those that don't know The Asylum, it's a film studio that tries to cash in on big budget names. They definitely tried to cash in more around the DVD era of movie watching and hiring and buying, because they would often have very, very similar names to big blockbuster movies, so that your old dotty grandma might pick up Transmorphers in a bargain bin for $1, thinking it's Transformers, and then you have to sit through the absolute garbage that is the Asylum films. And there's if you go to Tubi, they've got all of them. There's like Android Cop, which is just it's RoboCop. You've got Triassic Park. It's endless, and they churn these movies out as fast as possible, like less than a year, I think. Like often they'll hear a rumor that something's coming out, and they will just spit this piece of stinking trash out before the big blockbuster movie comes out. It's insane. Their business model is insane, and I'm surprised they're still going with it, except they've kind of changed it a little bit now, because they did have a little bit of success with Sharknado, which I have to admit, it's a terrible film, but it's kind of one of those so bad it's good movies. And there are like 5 of the movies or something. They get ridiculous. Like at one point, I think it's like Jedi powers. It's like laser eyes at some point. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But they've seemed to sort of cashed in on that sort of ludicrous monster movie cash grab of Sharknado, and there's like Sharktopus and all these other ridiculous like monster movies have come out, and people seem to be enjoying them. I don't know. They're pretty bad.
Yeah,
But
they
yes,
are.
Princess of Mars is kind of within their sort of DVD age, where I think they were trying to cash in on Avatar at the time. And that's why, Conrad, I think in some countries, Avatar of Mars is what its title is, because James Cameron has cited John Carter as one of the big influences of his Avatar movies. But yeah, so this is trying to cash in on that, I guess.
It was, yeah. I don't know if that's because, was it not public knowledge that Disney was working on John Carter in 2009, 2008? I'm not sure. But
Maybe.
certainly. Yeah, it definitely seems to be Avatar that they were after in terms of trying to capitalize on another film's success.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did hear rumors about Disney making John Carter, and they just got Princess of Mars out really quickly, 3 years earlier than John Carter. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure.
Oubliette minuscule.